one of the most important dates in the Jewish calendar. But the celebrations don't last. Not on this night, not in Israel. At 7:15 p.m. in the lobby of the Park Hotel in Netanya, a suicide bomber from the militant Islamic group Hamas detonates a 22-pound bomb. 140 are injured. It is the worst attack since this intifada started. President Bush condemns the attack and demands action from Yasser Arafat.
I call upon Mr. Arafat and the Palestinian Authority to do everything in their power to stop the terrorist killing.
Until now, Israel's military has answered the bombings with quick raids into Palestinian towns to hunt down militants and their weapons. The Passover bombing changes everything.
We are going to take all the necessary measures to act and destroy the infrastructure of every terror element that exists.
Israeli tanks are rolling through the West Bank even as the Israeli Prime Minister speaks. Operation Defensive Shield has begun, the biggest Israeli military operation in 2 decades. Tanks move into Ramallah, crashing into Arafat's compound, taking on Palestinian gunmen, cutting off power, leaving Arafat with a cell phone, a gun, and little else for the next 34 days. The Israelis also ransack Palestinian government offices.
The Ministry of Education, they had destroyed it. Why? Give me one reason. Why?
April 1st, Israeli tanks enter Bethlehem. Armed Palestinians take refuge in the Church of the Nativity and remain holed up there under siege by Israeli troops for 39 days. Days later, the troops go into Jenin refugee camp. Israel says Jenin is a military stronghold, home to a score of suicide bombers. The fighting here is furious, house to house, with civilians caught in the middle. Palestinians call it a massacre. Human Rights Watch, the US-based organization, says there's no evidence to support that accusation. It says 52 Palestinians were killed, more than half of them armed fighters. But the group says Israeli troops used excessive and indiscriminate force. Israel, which lost 23 soldiers, denies the charge. President Bush now calls on the Israeli leader to stop.
I ask Israel to halt incursions into Palestinian-controlled areas and begin the withdrawal from those cities it has recently occupied.
Sharon ignores the US president.